Hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to My Chamber TV. We are up in Brooksville, and we are at the Hernando County Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, sir.
And we're just going to jump right into this right here. We have Michael Butler from True Victory. So I'm just going to be honest with everybody home, right? I said, okay, well, we got these guys. They're workout guys, that's because that's kind of the way I read. I'm like, oh man, they work with athletes and stuff like that. And I read it wrong.
It's okay.
And actually, you are an athlete.
I am former athlete.
Well, no, once an athlete.
Always an athlete.
Always an athlete.
Yes, always an athlete.
Right, always. So, and now you have started, you and and are you partners, your business, everybody's partners?
In fact, there are three main partners that are actively working through TrueVictory.com.
Nice.
And we've come together over years and years of growth, development, and et cetera, to come up with this brand that actually represents the county we are in right now, Hernando County. And we're offering incredible sportswear apparel. We're offering incredible apparel for first responders, service representatives, and individuals that grind on a consistent basis. We're here to tell stories. That's what this brand's about. This brand's all about taking your story to the next level because it deserves to be heard.
Right.
And those are victories no one can take from you.
Dude, that's awesome.
Decent.
No, that's not decent. That is just awesome.
I agree with you. That is awesome.
I like that. So, okay, so True Victory, how did you come up with the brand name?
So the brand name came from our head owner. He is an incredible human being. Jason's an absolutely amazing man who's taken the time to really sit back and think about what the industry was really offering at the time. So you have huge brands like Nike, Adidas, Reebok, and all of them are jumping around in this giant blue ocean. They're promoting the same thing, but along the lines of saying, hey, are we really going to reflect your story? The small little victories that no one else is paying attention to.
Right.
Who's going to expose those stories? And from that point, there's ultimate victories in life that no one could ever take away from you. And that's true. And it can never be false, regardless of anyone's opinion. It'll always be true to you. And that's who we are.
Dude, that's
why
awesome.
You're always true.
So how did you come up with the logo?
Now,
I like
that's an entire conversation I can go for days.
I like the logo. That is awesome.
Everybody says the logo is super swaggy. I know you guys see that.
In my opinion, it looks like a lion.
I love that idea because lions are built for truth. They're built for dominance. They're built for grind. Let's go. We're vibing. So when it comes to the logo, we went through an extraordinary process when it comes to building out this logo. We had some incredible ones that really spoke, but they weren't being truthful. Right. It was something that we had to kind of make shift in our head to say, okay, this could mean this. Yeah. But when we got to that particular logo, there was imagery in that logo that we thought really just corresponded with truth, with high-end value. Even the points on the logo, to the arch around the logo, all that has value, and we will break that down. If you go to TrueVictory.com, you'll learn everything you need to know.
TrueVictory.com,
So make sure you're heading to the website once you go to cop your gear, and from there you'll learn so much more about what the logo represents and how its foundational principles took us to the next level.
Okay, and now it looks to me like you covered the gamut here. You got shirts, you got hats. Hold on.
Because we got hoodies. I like hoodies. Super popular hoodie.
Yes, I can see that. I love the flag on the shoulder.
Thank you. The material's absolutely phenomenal.
That's very soft.
It is, right?
Right.
That's what everyone says, and that's one of the things.
I hate it when people come, well, here's a shirt, and it's made by that other company that you put on, and it's like we're in cardboard. It's
yes,
like,
and you're walking around like a block.
I'm like, hey, and it's very blocky.
Yes.
It's like, wow, this could have been like shrunk probably 5 times before giving to me.
Agreed. I tie some holes in it, could turn to a parachute.
Right.
We don't want that. In fact,
that is very nice. That is very,
yes,
very
we
comfy.
Wanted the highest quality material that can actually blend with your entire lifestyle. So it's not that we're so high in regards to our fabric that it's, bougie or upper echelon.
Right.
Or that it's so low that it's brittle and hard and you can't breathe through it.
Right.
We found that perfect blend. And shout out to Dan Torres, number 2 in command of the brand. That is the man that put it all together because he has an eye and a feel for all of our products. Yeah. So when we think about athletes, when we think about everyday grinders, people in there, a plumber, a service representative, an EMT, you want to feel comfortable, you want to drive fast, but at the same time, you want to be able to take that product and be able to wear it casually out.
Correct.
Go to dinner. Yeah. And train. That's the combo that we were looking for because that means that shirt is true to everything.
So how long have you guys been around?
That's another extenuating story. So at the very beginning, True Victory's been around since the year 2000. It had a face originally, and it grew exponentially. But the lives of the people that were in charge at the time were going different directions.
Okay.
So from that point, the brand had to slow down. And once again, it was successful. But there was an incredible situation that happened with me and the other owner, Dan Torres. So I'm in the middle of training his daughter, and I'm a strength conditioning coach originally by trade. And he and I start talking, and his daughter's working hard. She's an incredible tennis athlete. And we get to a point to where it's like, hey, there's some things going on in our lives on the outside to where I'm getting solicited by other companies. Hey, we love your stuff on your Instagram. We love your stuff on your Facebook. You're really fit. You got a dope look, Team Mike.
Right.
How about you represent our brand? And I go, that's something interesting. I've always wanted to represent a clothing line that I believed in.
Yeah.
Dan all of a sudden says, really? Clothing line, huh? I got one.
I got one. Oh, hey, by the way, I got something.
So from there, he just goes, the name of the brand is True Victory. And believe you me, the moment he said that was the moment I went, oh, that just hits different. Yeah. That just hits different. And the more he expounded upon what it represented, its values, to where we want to see everyday people grow and their stories to be told, and that this isn't just a brand for people that want to wear swaggy stuff, but it's a cause. Right. We want to see the world grow together, be positive.
See, I was getting ready to ask you what your why was.
Yes.
What is your why? And you're going, I didn't ask. I just ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because I just jumped into it. We rolled through. But with that in mind, I have the blessing of training high-level athletes all the time. So the more and more we learned about this, and the more and more we thought about going through the revamp, rebranding, and saying we're now in a new era. We need to be able to connect with younger athletes, older athletes, current players at the professional levels, as well as collegiate, and everyday people. You know what I mean? As back in the day, you might have heard ham and eggers matter. People that have gone through the gauntlet and want to relive that feeling, we're all about representing you as well. So once we got to that particular place and the revamp occurred, I went on a journey.
Not a boy.
I attacked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See?
And with that in mind, once we got on that journey and everyone started to feel the brand, understand what it looked like, the very first thing they ever tell me is, yo, True Vic, that sounds dope. True Vic, True Victory?
Yeah.
And then they looked at our logo, the original logo, they were like, yo, that's fire. But then we said, you know what? Our original logo, we need to open up to everyone.
Yeah.
It can't just be foundationally principled in one aspect of who we are.
Right.
We have to connect with the world, because that's how you spread positivity. That's how you spread service. That's how you spread the grind to everyone. Once we did that, everybody and their mama and their uncle and their cousins wanted a piece of this brand. Wow. In fact, to where they wanted to buy in, and we were having meetings and things were growing. And once again, people don't even realize this brand is coming from Hernando County.
Right. I would have never expected it. I mean, I love Hernando. I think it's a great county, and it's got great cities in there, but I would have, not thought of a big brand coming out of here.
And I totally agree with that sentiment. Often enough, not to knock them in any way, we didn't want to get classified as a print shop.
Right.
You know what I mean? In this area, there's lots of that.
Ton.
But once we got connected with some of the amazing athletes, and then they went to our website, www.truevictory.com.
I was getting ready to say, we got 20 seconds left.
Yes.
Go. So where can people go buy the merch?
Wonderful. So you can go to get our merch, www.truevictory.com. Once you get there, you can use my discount code, Trainer Mike. That's Trainer Mike once again as a discount code. We have an amazing array of awesome product. Obviously, you can see it here, from our hats to our shirts to our hoodies to our joggers to our leggings, everything under the sun. And this brand is built for you. We're part sport, we're part street, and we are always true.
Michael, thanks for being on. Hey, everybody, stick around. We got more great guests coming right up. We'll be right back after these short messages.
True Vic.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're back here now with Miss Cheryl Bennett from A New Generation. Michael does a really good job for me about getting me good people to interview. And I was reading what I was seeing, and I went to your website. You're amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. So tell everybody at home what you do, what A New Generation does.
So A New Generation exists to really help women who find themselves in unintended or unplanned pregnancies. And we just want to be the place that gives them truth and love, to share exactly the options that they have. We're not there to tell them what to do. We're not there to do anything but to say, this is the reality of where you are and how can we walk through it with you. So we believe in giving them the truth to equip them to make the decision that they can live with long term. So that's who we are. And we've been serving Hernando County since 1999.
Well, you got me right. You took my question from me. How
there
long
you
have you been
go.
doing
1999.
Wow.
Yeah. And so things have definitely changed in the arena that we serve in, but we have not changed because we believe that women matter. We want to equip and empower them to feel like that they can do anything, including parent their child, and stand strong in that.
Because sometimes there is a stigmatism that comes with, do I want to keep? Do I don't want to keep? Do I want to adopt? And I think sometimes it's so confusing for people.
Correct. And I think one of the things that we know to be true is that we want to see the value in women. And so I was woke up in the middle of the night and just had this in my mind, and I believe it was from God that said, you see them, you hear them, and you value them. And so we made that our tagline because we know that if women don't feel seen, if they feel invisible, if they don't feel valued, if they don't feel heard, how could we expect them to love a child within them if they don't love themselves? And so when we can just, again, be that hands up for them and say, these are your options, this is what it looks like, we see women make really tough decisions. And parenting is tough. And it's selfless to be able to do that.
It is. What area do you cover? Just Hernando?
So we market for Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you get that word out?
So mainly through our social media marketing. We have an agency that works and does that for us. So we do the Google ads and those types of things, but mainly social media. And our number one, besides the internet and social media, our second way that we find people is referrals. People came to us and said, we loved them. And we're going back, so if you've got a situation, go see them.
Right. This is going to be a weird question, but who else would be a good fit? Like hospitals, doctors, social workers, that kind of, is that the type of also people that keep an eye out? So, hey, you need to go see a new generation.
Correct. And we get a lot of referrals from some of the OBGYNs and from the health department. We have a great system where we work with them. And so they just send, especially the girls that need a pregnancy test, they can't get in to get that done quickly. We're able to get them in within the next day or two typically and can give them, they see our nurses, we give them the positive pregnancy test, we give them, or negative, depending on the situation, obviously. And then we also can do an ultrasound for them, and that is to determine gestational age and viability of pregnancy. So we partner with Brevera Health and actually do their childbirth education classes. So one of our nurses do that. So we believe that strongly that if we can have healthy mamas and daddies raising healthy babies, we can have a healthy community. And our goal would be that the moms and dads would be together, but we know reality is that doesn't always happen, right? But if they can be kind to each other, if they can feel confident in who they are and how they're going to love their children, then we're going to be better off as a community.
Absolutely. So do you walk with them through the whole,
Correct,
from beginning to end?
Correct. And through.
And even further.
Even further than that.
Wow.
Yeah, we do parenting education with them all the way through really 5 years old. And so they can come in and enroll in our parenting class, and we've got thousands of lessons that they can take. They meet with their own individual client advocate, and then they earn mommy money or daddy money, baby bucks, and they go into our beautiful baby boutique, and they're able to shop for new items for their baby. So we're not giving them a handout, but we're giving them a hand up, and we're equipping them to be great parents, because the reality is this: when I was growing up and I had my babies, my mom was there for me, and I was able to be there for my daughters. But what we see is this generation is growing up without a support system.
Right.
They don't know the basics of how to to love a baby and what's okay and what's not okay. And so we are able to equip them with that information, that education, and really just a non-threatening, loving environment where they want to come back and they keep coming back.
Awesome.
And so we're excited about that.
So do you look for community support as well? Because it sounds like to me that the community needs to be there for you, especially if you're giving away mommy and daddy bucks or
That's
baby
right.
bucks when you got that stuff that you got to give away, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Community support is very important, and we love an opportunity for people in the community to come by, see our center, take a tour, and really get just an window. I always use that word, but just a window into what we're doing, because it's so much more than what people perceive it to be. And I think that the reality is that we don't always have to agree on everything, but I think the one thing that we can agree on is that women deserve to know truth.
Right.
And whatever decision they make is ultimately up to them. But when they know truth, then we've done our job.
So, and I don't want to keep harping on it, but okay. So, if someone is watching, like, I really want to help them out. What do you need? Do you need money? Is it monetary, or do you need stuff like baby diapers and cribs and all that kind of stuff?
Both.
Okay. Do you need volunteers?
Occasionally we do need volunteers. There's a stringent process that they have to go through to be vetted to come in. But background check and all those kind of things. But yes, we do need volunteers. Support for the events that we do every year. We do a baby bottle campaign. We do a clay shoot as a way to raise support, because we are a nonprofit. So our funding comes from businesses, churches, individuals, and people in the community that support us. We're not getting government funding.
So do you have anything coming up soon?
We do.
What do you got coming up?
We have our 7th annual clay shoot coming up at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays down in Lakeland.
Yeah.
Or not Lakeland, I'm sorry, Land O'Lakes.
Yeah, Land O'Lakes.
Land O'Lakes. And so we've been doing that, like I said, for 7 years, which is crazy. But yeah, we're excited about that. Christian Brothers Automotive down in Wesley Chapel, John and Dina Murphy are our platinum sponsors.
Nice.
And we've got some.
You still have openings?
Well, we always still have openings.
I got a son over there. Me and him, we like to shoot
Well,
stuff.
we'd love to come. We'd love to
Just
see you
saying.
come support us. Yeah.
When is it?
It's November the 4th.
Nope.
No.
Why is November 4th is everybody?
November 4th
Everybody's
is the
got
day.
Stuff. Okay, so if I'm watching at home, how do I reach out to you? How do I find you?
So you can go to our website, which is anewgen.org.
Okay.
You can call us or text us at 352-544-0911, or you can come visit us at 3027 Landover Boulevard in Spring Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I went to the website. I try not to immerse myself too much, because I want you guys to talk and me not talk for you, right? And you did a great job, and it is a great foundation. All right, so everybody stick around. We got more great guests coming. Michael did a really good job this time. Well, he always does, but this one I'm actually very stoked about who he's brought in this week. So
awesome.
Thank you for being
You're
on.
welcome.
Hey, we'll be right back after these short messages. Hey, welcome back. And you know what? This young lady is sitting in front of me. And before she got on here, I said, you have got to you're in an industry where you're the most loved, the most hated person at the same time. And it's insurance. And you do everything: auto, home, commercial.
Yep. Yeah. So we do everything other than health insurance.
Smart.
Yes, I don't.
Because that is definitely a love-hate thing.
Yes.
It's like, oh, really? I got it. Yeah, it is what it is. So, is this a family business, or did you say, oh, I'm going to be an insurance guy?
So I am starting a family business. So
Nice.
the goal is to hopefully, keep it generational. Came from a family generation of 4 years back over at the independent agency I came from. So that's where I got my mindset and goals to try and grow my own.
That is, and that, I always wonder what makes people get into insurance. As a little kid, did you go, I'm going to be an insurance person?
No, I actually applied for a job as a customer service person, had no idea anything about insurance.
That's awesome.
And the owners of the agency that I had previously worked for, they really took me under their wing and taught me like a whole nother realm of insurance. And I'm the type of person that like I want to know more and more and more. So
so you're the one that goes, I put my toe in it, now I'm all in.
Yeah, exactly. So like I would read like insurance policies, like all of the information and wording that everybody's
married?
like. I am married, yes.
And he's okay with that?
Yeah, he's okay with it.
So a good book at night before you go in is Insurance Regulations 102.
I try to keep work at home and not bring it, or working out at home, because then it does, so he's like, stop, you're the insurance agent now, I don't need it.
Right.
But yeah, I just got into helping and educating people.
Are you independent so you can go work with different?
Correct.
Okay, so let's explain to people what Castelli does.
So it's an independent insurance agency that I get appointments with multiple carriers, whoever has access in the state of Florida. So whether that's homeowners, auto for personal or commercial, general liability, business owners, flood, anything other, like I said, anything other than health. So.
So it's an ever-changing industry.
Correct.
I thought the mortgage industry was an ever-changing industry, and then I've really gotten close with. I'm actually really good friends with my insurance person.
Okay.
And she'll talk to me. I'm like, and she's constantly having to. There's something new happening.
Yes. Yeah. So laws change constantly, and it's hard to keep up with certain guidelines that because each carrier has different eligibility guidelines. So you have to know each carrier and what their like sweet spot may be for whatever, whether it's general contractors or to your home, if they want older homes or newer homes.
So the question I used to ask insurance guys is like, okay, so, what's more volatile right now? Home, auto, blah, blah, blah. And every one of us said lately, there's no one that's more volatile than the other one. It's just all. Mm-hmm. Is it true that I'm glad I've got you here. Is it true that Florida is not in the national pool, that we're kind of in our own pool? Is that the way it works?
So Florida has very strict guidelines and laws pertaining to any types of insurance. So especially like auto, like when you see all the billboards, like, have you been injured, call us.
Yeah.
So that is part of like the personal injury protection for your auto insurance. The PIP.
PIP.
Yeah. So when everyone's like, oh, I have full coverage. Like, well, no, there's really no such thing as full coverage. Right. What people say, like when they think of, it doesn't matter, like no fault or whatever, it's the PIP coverage. So no matter whose fault it is, you're going to have that medical insurance, and then the attorneys go after that.
What does it mean to stack?
So when you stack your uninsured
motorists,
So that means however many vehicles you have on your policy, your liability multiplies by that many vehicles. So if you just have one, stacking
doesn't work.
Irrelevant. Yeah, you don't need it. So
for someone like me who's got like 5 or 6 vehicles.
So so if you have like 100, 300 limits, then it'll multiply by that amount of vehicles. At the case of like if you were in an accident and the other party doesn't have insurance, then you're covered for that amount of insurance.
What about is it umbrella policies?
Are those I love good? Umbrellas. I love umbrellas.
So can you explain to me what an umbrella policy is?
So you just visualize an umbrella.
Yeah.
Covers everything that you own worldwide.
Really?
So you could be in an airport, somebody trips over your suitcase, and tries to sue you, and your umbrella is going to cover. So say it happens at your house, you invite me over to have tea, right?
No,
and
not going to do that because you're an insurance person. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I trip over, something, I get injured,
right,
and I sue your homeowner's insurance. Your homeowner's insurance may only have $300,000 in liability.
Okay.
But I have $500,000 in injuries. Your umbrella is going to cover the difference from what your homeowners is to the.
It doesn't take it. See, I'm glad you said that because I thought it took away. So if I have an umbrella policy, I don't have to have car, I don't have to have home, I don't have to have all this stuff.
You do to qualify. You
so
do
you have to have
that.
those, and then that covers the overall
the difference,
bubble.
Right?
Okay.
Yep.
See. I learned something today.
Yeah, and it's more for people that have a lot of risk. So rental properties, businesses, then you have to get a commercial umbrella, so then it gets tricky. But like multiple vehicles, things like that.
Okay, and super expensive or
no? It's
worth it.
It's
no matter what it costs, really.
Average, I would say the highest of maybe like $1,500 for the year, but it gives you $1 million in coverage.
That's
over
awesome.
Everything. Yeah,
I was thinking you're going to tell me $1,500 a month, and I'm I just don't know if I could. So an umbrella policy is really, And of course, every carrier is different.
So there's a couple companies that require you to have 500,000 in liability to be eligible with them. Some companies don't require that. Those aren't the better ones, you know, because it all depends on financials. But the companies that require you to have the 500,000, if you have their auto with them, because they also offer auto insurance, then they get a discount on both of the policies.
Bundling? No, I'm just kidding.
Similar, yeah. I mean, there's very few companies in the state of Florida that actually do both. I think State Farm is really the only one.
That's who I have.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
Yeah, look at that.
I like it. Okay, so I got about 2 minutes left. Let's talk about homeowners insurance, because I think that has become the quandary.
Yes.
That is like a quagmire of ugh.
Oh, yeah, everybody.
Is it still changing? Like, it's like every other week I'm like, oh, they're leaving. Oh, they're leaving. Oh, they're leaving.
So there were a lot of companies that left the state of Florida because of the fraudulent roof claims, right? So like roofing companies would go around saying you had hail damage on your shingles and tried to get you to file a claim. Your deductible would be $2,500, and then you would get a new roof, and they would bill the insurance companies triple the amount of what they would charge the average consumer. So the insurance companies went insolvent because they couldn't afford it.
Right.
But the homeowners companies are coming in with more eligibility requirements. So like hot water heaters can't exceed 15 years, electrical updates, your roof can't be over 15 years, or you just don't qualify, and then everybody has to resort to Citizens. So there's still
now that's the last resort, right?
That's
Citizens?
the last resort, yeah.
So if I'm buying a home, I don't want to go, I'll just go get Citizens right off the bat. You don't, no, you need to go look for normal.
Well, yeah, and you have to qualify for Citizens. So in order to qualify with Citizens, you have to present them with an offer from another carrier that exceeds 20% of Citizens premium, or a declination saying you don't even qualify for this other company.
Okay, so if I'm watching right now, how do I get a hold of you? If someone's out there going, I really like Jardin. I need to go talk to her about insurance. How do they get a hold of you?
They could call my phone number for the office. They could go on the website. On the website it has a contact me, and you could just put in your information, kind of a general information of what insurance that they're looking for if they have questions, and then it comes right to my email. And my email's on there also.
And I bet you answer phone calls like that.
I try to. If I'm on the phone, I tell everybody I give you a call within 24 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on today. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody, stick around. We got more great guests coming up. If you're looking for a good insurance agency, there she is. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey, everybody, welcome back. And, again, I keep saying this, Michael knocked it out of the park this week. We have got Jackie Higgins from Dream Vacations. Now, we all dream of vacations.
Yes.
But you make them happen.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's tell everybody because you don't do just cruises, you do everything.
Yes, we do resorts, all-inclusives. We even have availability to do Airbnbs. Excursions that would include bioluminescence kayaking.
What?
Yeah.
Do you do safaris?
Yes, it's definitely possible to book a safari.
Yeah, there you go. Most people are like, you want to go traipse around in the heat. You're already from the heat, but I'm like, yeah, we kind of go.
Yeah, the cruise lines and the resorts are top notch.
Yeah.
Just amazing. They spoil you to death. So.
Okay, so say I wanted to take a train from New York to California. Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so what you would do is we have a platform of a supplier, and their name is Rail Bookers.
Okay.
And they specialize in rail throughout the world. So if you wanted to do a rail from Colorado to Alaska, they have that available.
Really?
If you wanted to go to Europe and just train hop and explore Amsterdam and Barcelona and Germany, there's definitely routes to get on and off, and you get an annual pass or a pass, and you're free to roam.
Really? You don't have to buy a ticket everywhere you go. You can just go, oh, I got a pass.
Yep. Yeah.
Multi-pass.
Yes.
Okay, so in Europe, I guess, is train more prevalent in Europe than it is here in the United States?
Yes.
And I don't mean to harp on trains. I just like trains.
I love trains too. I'm from Chicago, so
You
trains
get
are.
it?
I used to hoof it downtown 9 to 5
There you go.
on the train, so it is more economical. It's more environmental friendly. The cars, some countries they drive on different sides of the road.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's easy. That's the easy part.
That's the scary part.
Oh,
So, yes, it is a convenient way to travel in Europe in
Okay.
order to see as many places as possible.
That's possible. Okay, so now we've talked about trains, and I beat that to death. Let's talk about cruises, because this is what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that right now, cruises are almost booked 2 years out.
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes.
I was hoping they were wrong, but okay. Tell me about this.
I actually have a client right now that's looking to book a family vacation next summer, 2024. And when I look at the Port of New York, all of the inventories closed and sold out.
What?
So now
Wow.
I'm offering to them to please come to Florida
Yeah.
because the frequency of the cruise lines coming and going is a lot better.
Is
a
that
lot
because
more.
we have more ports
Yes,
and
we have
availability for ships? And
absolutely, yes. And New York is such a tight market because they're shut down 8 months out of the year.
Right.
And then everybody knows that I want to get out of here.
Right.
So then they book 2 years in advance, and they'll book 20 cabins.
Wow. Oh yeah, because we don't want another Titanic with the whole icebergs and stuff like that.
We don't
so-
talk about that in this industry.
Oh, that's funny. You don't. Oh my! I have a conspiracy theory that we can talk about
boy,
later
I'm
about that
sure.
whole. So, is Florida the kind of the mecca for cruising?
It is. If you look at a map of the United States, the majority of the ports are here.
Okay.
Very few are northwest, a couple northeast.
Okay.
But we do have we are so blessed as citizens in this state that we can drive to any port,
Yeah.
which is so much better than getting on an airplane and having to come to Florida.
Or a
So
train.
Just yeah, and there's a new train coming out.
No, don't tease me this way.
It's called Brightline.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's from right now. It's Orlando to Miami.
Yes, it's making its debut. It did, I believe, a couple weeks ago in September. I was supposed to be on that, and unfortunately, they were set back a little bit with their release. So now it's convenient to drive to Orlando, park there, have somebody drop you off if you
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
and then get on a bullet. It takes 2.5 hours to get down to
Wait, whoa. 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
That's it?
to get down to South Florida.
That could be a 7 to. It's normally supposed to be a 4 to 5 hour drive, but that if you get in the wrong traffic, that's 7-8 hours because I've been on that backed up 95.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Nope.
I know. Yeah,
That is awesome.
traveling nowadays is a luxury. It is also in demand that people be patient, be flexible. There are hurricanes, there are traffic, there
Right.
are airlines. At Dream Vacations, we have the ability to track some of those things.
Okay.
We get a heads up if there may be an airstrike, or if there's traffic that's jammed up. If there's I just had family come and go through Idalia.
Okay.
So it was a little tricky repositioning them, but all of the suppliers, Viking and the airlines, United, they worked with us based on the weather. So it was nice, and it was a little setback.
Okay.
A couple hours here and there.
Is that the reason that it's really good idea to have travel insurance?
Oh, I will not travel without travel insurance.
Medical and travel, right?
Absolutely. I tell everybody that I strongly suggest that they have that. And the one little reason personally that happened to us was somebody picked up our luggage. What if we had all of our jewelry in there? What if we had expensive
Well, what if you had your vacation money in there and only had your travel money on you?
That's true too. You always keep it on you, your own personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I've heard other people say this, so it's a really good idea that we need to start getting our passports, correct?
Absolutely. In addition to having a passport, it's becoming mandatory. Before it was a choice.
Right.
Now, if you really want to just leave the United States, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Now, the government at the driver's license station is making you get an enhanced driver's license. So if you have a driver's license that was issued probably 10 years ago and it doesn't have that little tiny
gold star, yeah,
you're not going anywhere.
So
you're not getting on an airplane.
We are actually out of time. So what's the best way someone can get a hold of you?
Please call 352-537-1054. You can email me at jmhiggins@dreamvacations.com, and my website is jmhiggins.dreamvacations.com, and look forward to working with you.
Oh, awesome. We could sit and talk for hours. I'm telling you, I got so many questions. So, hey, everybody, stick around. We got Michael. We got more people coming up. I think we got, I think Gary's coming up next. So we'll be right back after these messages. Hey, everybody, welcome back. You know what? Again, I tell you, Michael did a great job. And, it's kind of funny. Everybody's come in and has clicked. I don't know about Gary here. I'm just kidding, Gary. This is Gary Ray. He is with All About Printing and Graphics. Now, how long because you have other lives before printing, right? So how long have you been in this printing world?
Since 2011.
Okay. Well, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's quite a while.
Yeah. And let's tell everybody at home what all you do. I know we don't have time for everything, but we have time let's tell them what your specialties are.
Well, we do everything from a small decal to business cards to a large sign. I just finished a 4-foot by 8-foot sign that went over by the airport.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of, and everything in between. We do a lot of specialty projects other people don't either want to do, don't know how to do, or can't do.
Right.
And we do a lot of that.
You did door hangers for me.
Yep, we did door hangers.
Yeah.
We do, door hangers work really well for some clients. We do.
I just hand them out to people that think it's cool just to have a top secret, no entry, all this kind of thing. Everybody's like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have to have it for anything? I'm like, not really. It's just there because Gary made it for me.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
So what got you into printing?
Well, actually, it was kind of accidental.
Okay.
I worked for a big bank for many years, and then they got bought out. And I actually planned to retire with them, and I got displaced and lived in Raleigh, North Carolina at the time.
Oh.
And in North Carolina, 95% of the population either has a college degree or is getting a college degree.
Right.
So, and I didn't have one. I'd worked my way up and been recruited to a big bank, actually, and decided to go into an endeavor and open a UPS store.
Oh.
And when I opened my UPS store, I knew that I had to do printing to survive.
Right.
They considered a good store doing about $2,500 a month in printing. I was doing $10,000 to $12,000 a month in printing.
Holy cow!
And then, but they were eating into my savings. The UPS always had their hand out: give us more, give us more, give us more.
Right.
And actually, I'd be retired comfortably right now if it hadn't been for that. But
Right.
Life you learn.
Yep.
So I decided in 2015 to sell it. I had a 2-year non-compete. I did a little bit under the table. People come to me, and really hadn't planned to keep doing it. But the guy who bought my store, I had some commercial equipment that UPS didn't recommend.
Right.
I had bought it because it was good equipment, excellent equipment, and it was paid for, and he didn't want it.
Right.
Because he could go out and buy a cheap office machine for a third of the price or 25% of the price.
Right.
So I kept it and started and did a few things under the table, and then in 2019 went full time with it.
Right.
And built that business up in North Carolina. And then my son passed away. And right after he passed away, my wife said, we got to eventually move to Florida because all the grandkids are now in Florida.
Yeah, right.
So we'd lived down here before, so we were familiar with the area.
Right.
And so we moved to Florida almost three years November 1st. And then I'd planned in January I'd open up the business again under a different name because I sold the business up there. Girls doing great with it. And then I opened up All About Printing and Graphics, and it was strategically planned. You know, I wanted an A if at possible. Before it was my wife and I's initials. I wanted to get away from that, so if I did decide to sell it was easier to sell.
Yes.
But we've been very successful. We've done really well. I love doing it. I do a lot of design work, a lot, and so that keeps me going. And because of that, I stay really busy. Really busy.
I have to say, you know, in our group that we belong to on Fridays, everybody in there is just, they love you.
Thank you.
I mean, and you do great work. I mean, I came with you with an idea, and then I had it where it was printed by some other guy, which didn't do it right. But you literally gave me actually you went a little bit above and beyond exactly what I wanted. And everywhere I go, people are like, "Where'd you get these done?" And I'm like, "Well, Gary did them. They're door hangers. I'm pretty sure I bored him with this one, but you know, it is what it is." But you come up. People can come with you with an idea, which is, that doesn't happen today. Most of these young cats that you get out there, this is what I want. Well, do you have artwork? No. I got to go find someone to do artwork. You actually know how to do that and make it look phenomenal.
Well, I'm self-taught. I've never taken a class. I don't have a degree in it. I'm self-taught, and I love doing it. But I have an art background from a little kid. I sold my first painting in the 5th grade, and still have the check for it.
You have a nickname around here, from what I understand.
Well, they call me Gangster Gary.
Gangster Gary.
Yeah, and I actually it was a nickname given to me by a church. I'm not sure if that's the church you want to go to. Actually, it's probably the safest church. It was just started out as a joke,
right?
But it's stuck.
Yep.
And then when I was in North Carolina, I emceed a lot of large events, mostly automotive events, charity events, things like that.
Right.
And I'd MC it, and everybody got to know me as Gangster Gary, the nicest gangster in town.
Yeah.
And actually got to do a little thing on PureFlix. You know what PureFlix? Yeah. I did a little comedy on PureFlix. And when I come down here, I started doing tours up on the Crystal River.
Right.
And on kayak tours.
Yep.
And did it as Gangster Gary. And there's a lot of stories that go around why they call me Gangster Gary. Somebody tells people I know where the bodies are buried.
Yeah,
somebody will tell us I've had a bunch of broken bones, more than you can count. Some people say it's because of that. And there's all sorts of different things. But the truth is the church gave me that nickname. And I tell them,
awesome.
One lady got all worried about me being called Gangster Gary one day. I says, ma'am, the best thing you can happen is this gangster hanging out with you.
Yeah.
I promise you'll be better off than most. Yeah.
So now, what area do you cover for the printing side? I mean, just the Hernando kind.
I mean, I stay in Hernando County. I just finished a big job in Pasco. We did a big golf tournament down there. We actually did custom golf flags for the tournament.
Nice.
And we did but I have clients as far away as North Carolina. I just sent a job to Alaska yesterday. I've got a client in Cuba. I got clients all over the place, but mostly around here. And everybody is referrals. I do very little advertising. It's all referral based, and people hear about me or somebody tells them about me, and they come to me. And it's usually with something challenging. You know, they have an idea, and I tell them if you can get your idea out in words or show me something that's close to it, I can probably make it happen.
Okay.
And I enjoy doing that part of it.
Right. The best way to get a hold of you is your phone number?
Yeah, my phone number, 352-403-8519, is definitely the best way. I'm a talker, so I like it when people call. Yeah. If you send me a text or an email, I'm probably going to follow up with a phone call.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I like talking to people because you get a feel for people, and you can go, I kind of understand what you want, what you need.
Right.
So, right now, are you covered up, or you wanting more work?
I'll definitely always want more work. I'm busy, but good Lord's been good to me, so I'm busy. But you always got to look for the future. So there's always another job around the corner. Yeah. So you can't stop marketing and start talking to people, because if you do, the business is going to stop. Yeah,
I told a young cat the other day that I heard him. I was going to talk to him about doing a new logo, and but he said, "Well, I'm busy. I'm covered up." So I walked away, and I had started the conversation. We got interrupted, and next thing you know, he goes, "Oh, you have work for me?" I said, "Dude, you're busy. You're covered up." He goes, well, "I'm not that busy." I said, "Well, let me tell you what you need to say from now on." I said, "I'm steady, but I need more people to stay steady."
Right.
Stop saying I'm busy, right? And I think we talked about that in our niche. So best way is phone number that we show below. Now I know you have a Facebook page.
Yes,
right.
I
So
put a lot of stuff that I do on the Facebook page.
So everybody can go look at it and see it and get a little bit of a
we
feel.
just did a really large 10-foot by 8-foot step and repeat. I just put on Facebook. It's really cool for a charity event. It just happened last weekend. It's really nice.
And the pricing is really good. Now, do you do a lot of that stuff in-house, or is it sent out?
I do probably 50-50.
Okay, well, that's
good. I
good.
do a lot in-house. I do have equipment.
Good.
Okay, and I send some stuff out. It depends on what the client's need is.
Right.
It also depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes it's like by sending it out, I have an extra employee.
Yep.
And it's kind of nice to do that. So it depends on what I'm doing and how busy I am and how fast they need it.
I was gonna say you are the emergency guy. I do know that for a fact. People call you at the last minute, going, "Oh my God, I need it," and you somehow, some way, you get it done.
Yeah, and we try to do it. It's not always easy. I've got 3 banners that are 2 of them are printed. One I've got to print. And just got to order them yesterday. Last week, Hernando High School had their homecoming, and we got to order on Thursday for 3 banners on Friday and 6 signs.
Oh my God. Gary, thanks for being on.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Hey, everybody, stick around. I got Michael coming up. We'll be right back after these short messages. Hey, everybody, welcome back. You know what? And we saved the best for last.
Yes,
Michael,
sir.
Good Jimmy, how you doing,
I'm
buddy?
doing well, Mr. Gaston. I'm glad to be back here.
You knocked it out of the park.
Well, we had some good people today.
Really good people.
We had a variety of different, from insurance to apparel manufacturers. We had our non-for-profit. We had a sign printing company. So, yeah,
and insurance.
Yeah.
I learned about insurance.
Yeah. Castelli Insurance, they're a new company with us at the Chamber. Their office is right here in our building, so we're kind of proud to have them on board with us.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So what's going on at the Chamber, buddy?
Well, we're moving along. We got our business-to-business meeting that goes on every Tuesday. For the month of October, we're going to be at Culver's, which is on Broad Street in Brooksville.
Okay.
Of course, we do have 2 in town. We don't want to be confused.
I was going to say, there's more than one Culver's here.
We don't want to be confused with the one out on Cortez.
Okay.
We're in Brooksville, right on South Broad Street.
South Broad Street.
And that's from 11:30 to 1 every Tuesday. We have a different presenter come out and give something informative to our members and our guests. We're averaging between 40 to 60 people, so it's a great opportunity
That's a
to
lot
come
of
out.
people.
Yeah, it is. It's a great opportunity to come out, meet some business people, but more importantly, to teach business people about what you do and how they can refer business to you.
That's got to be a big Culver's then.
It is.
That's a lot of people for.
Actually, he gives us half of his dining room, which holds us pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
So the other half is, of course, open to the public, and then we have our little meeting on one side of the building.
Nice.
And it works out well. You go up, you order your food, they bring the food out from 11:30 to 12, and then at 12 o'clock our program starts.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
We just had the United Way do a little program for us, our first Wednesday of the month, and they were letting us know some of the great things that, of course, they're always there in an emergency, but there's also great opportunities to brand your business with the United Way.
Right.
Yeah, to get involved with some of their programs.
Yeah, what is it? They got it when someone says I'm with United Way. There's something that everybody says all the time.
Live United.
Live United. There you go.
Yeah, and Angie Walasek does a great job, and Justine, they come out, they do a great job keeping us informed on how we can help in the community and how businesses can brand themselves and market themselves through the United Way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way. You can market through them. But
you get your name attached to their programs, which generally the public is very well received. It's very well received by the public. So getting attached with the United Way is a pretty good opportunity for businesses.
That's phenomenal. So what else is going on with the wonderful Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we do have our Business Expo coming up at our local church here, Cross Point Church. It's going to be November 4th, and it's going to be free to the public. We've got spots available for vendors inside and outside, and we encourage you to give our chamber a call and check out being a part of that. It's for chamber members only. You do have to be a chamber member to be a part of this,
right.
which me. me, John, as a membership person, it's a great opportunity. If you'd like to get your business involved and you're not yet a chamber member, don't hesitate to give me a call on my cell phone.
We did it last year for the first time, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, we
Absolutely phenomenal.
We get a good turnout, and there's a great variety of our local businesses here, especially our chamber members.
Now, is that going to be inside or outside?
Both.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's going to be a little bit of both.
A little bit
like
of both.
That.
You can buy an outside position, which we would encourage you to bring a tent and a table and chairs. And inside, you obviously can't put up a tent, but you can have your table and your chairs and your signage and so forth.
So that's going to be on November 4th, correct?
And I think we're going from 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
Yeah, and it's a great event. There'll be we will have a food truck or some food trucks. We're working on that. That's still a work in process.
Okay.
But we'd love to have everybody come on out and check out Cross Point Church, which is a beautiful facility, only a couple of years old. They got a great indoor venue and great open land out there in front of the church.
Right, exactly.
And plenty of parking, really convenient.
And it's free to come to.
It is
I'm
free.
just going to beat that. I'm going to beat that horse because that's free is good.
Free is good, and also getting to check out some of our local businesses inside. If we get one of those hot days, you got a nice air-conditioned inside area.
Yeah, because this is Florida.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean, just because it says November does not mean it's going to be cool.
Exactly, John. We've been here long enough when we know it can get hot.
Yep,
yeah. But
absolutely.
we got both areas covered. We are outside and inside if you'd like to check us out.
Now, it looks like to me your presenting sponsor is Massage Envy.
Yeah, Massage Envy has been a very big part. Rob, the owner of that Massage Envy, has been a very, very big partner with the Chamber.
Okay.
He did the health and wellness event for us.
Right.
He's now doing the Business Expo. He's also a part of our golf tournament, which is coming up in early December.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that real quick. Do we have time? We have time.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. I don't have the exact date as
That's
to when
okay,
that's coming
but
up.
it's in December.
It is in December. It's going to be it is on our chamber website.
Okay.
Check out the chamber calendar for that.
Right.
It is going to be at Southern Hills.
Southern Hills.
Which is a great venue.
Yeah.
We usually always sell out with that, so it is important. If you got to force them, get yourself signed up right away with that. And there are branding and sponsorship opportunities available.
And they can call you about that?
They can call me about it. They can call our chamber office. Our staff is always available to talk to anyone that'd like to be a part of it. We do have whole sponsorships available.
Okay.
We do have some car dealerships that are going to be involved with doing our hole-in-one. If you can win a car, that type of thing. I think we'll have 2 holes covered this year. Wow. So we're looking forward to that. And that's usually a good event. Then, of course, the early part of December, I know we have December 1st, I believe, is our gala that's coming up.
Ooh.
And that's over at Glen Lakes.
Okay.
And that's going to be a real nice, that's a full formal event.
You got to dress to impress.
Yeah, and those
Dress
tickets,
not like today, but
those
dress to
tickets are
impress.
limited. So, I think we're down to about maybe where we can get 20 more couples in.
Okay.
So if you're interested, please check out our chamber website, go to our event calendar, click on the event in December, and get yourself registered to come. It's a great event, live music, live entertainment. It's a full sit-down, full-service dinner. So we're looking forward to that event coming up.
That's phenomenal. How's membership going?
Membership's going
Are
well.
we growing?
Yeah, we're growing. We're an 800 plus member based chamber here. We're the
That's
only
awesome.
chamber in Hernando County, so we're proud of that. Ashley Hofecker, our new CEO, has come in, and Morris Porton just was retired. Was a good man to work for. Ashley stepped in and got the wheels going. We're doing just fine.
Didn't skip a beat.
No,
That's
Ashley
phenomenal.
hit the ground running. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Just jump right in that fire.
Yeah, and it's a fire.
It's a fire, right?
Yeah, when you're in the people satisfying business, there's always a fire somewhere.
Exactly. It's like people don't realize that.
No, they don't. It's we treat every one of our members as if you're the first person we're talking to during the day.
Right.
You're the most important. So we keep our members at a high level of value. We value every member we have.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's why we're working really hard on
I
growing
love
our
the
chamber.
I love this chamber. I mean, we're involved with several, but I hate to say this, but you're not supposed to pick favorites, but
well, I'm glad you feel that way. We try real hard.
Yeah.
When we get quite a bit of compliments, especially from anyone from out of the county that comes to an event within our county. They say, "Wow, you guys do these things really nice." Or
yes, you do.
You make a good effort at for instance, a ribbon cutting. Where
Right.
we actually have the big scissors out there.
That's
As a matter of fact, we've got one today. We're going to welcome. I believe it's a new home on a new development for Adams Homes.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to that today too. Also.
Mike, thanks for being on the show today.
Pleasure, John.
It's been awesome, and you've had great guests. And hey, look, everybody, we know that you have other things to do. You could watch anything in the world, but you stuck around and watched My Chamber TV. This is the Hernando County Chamber of Commerce edition. We'll see everybody next week on My Chamber TV.
Thank you, John.